Because I know you have a story that we all have of sort of not appreciating what we had when we had it.
And when you went up to $11,000, I sold it and I was very proud of myself. I thought I made a massive profit. And then 2 weeks later, it reached 65,000.
Bitcoin sort of teaches us longer term thinking rather than short term, quick, easy money. Since you're a CRO bull and not quite a Bitcoin bull, what do you think is stopping you from being a Bitcoin bull, or how do you feel about? Hi, Crypto with Dinny here, and today I've got a special guest on, a friend of mine, Guillaume, and he's going to chat a little bit. He's not in crypto that long, but I thought it'd be cool to get his perspective on what he's learned so far, and yeah, we'll just have a little chat. So I suppose, Guillaume, take it away. Introduce yourself there, please.
Thanks, Dinny. Thanks for having me on. Well, Guillaume is my name. I'm French. I moved to Ireland 19 years ago. I was meant to stay 6 months just to learn English. So I've done that and never left. So still enjoying Ireland. And yeah, that's about me. I own a chauffeur company here called Dublin Chauffeur Services. And it was rough through COVID. Took a bit of time off. It was a good opportunity to learn new things like crypto. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Awesome. So I suppose you're entrepreneurial minded. How long have you ran your own company?
I started in 2018, so just over 4 years, I suppose.
And what prompted you to go down that rabbit hole and not just work for someone?
I was always a terrible employee. But I was a good employee, but I never got on with my managers, and I always felt like I could do maybe better, or I didn't like their manager styles, and so there was always conflict with people that I worked with, even though I was, I think, a good worker and I always gave 120% in whatever I did. I felt like I could do better if I was on my own. And one day I went too far. I worked 5 years in a job in accounting that just got me to a stage where I was so unhappy. I was like, look, this is it. I have to leave. And I took the jump, and it's the best thing I ever done. Feeling great since.
Okay. Now tell the truth though. What do you hate about being an entrepreneur?
100 hours a week.
Yeah. 40. It's 40 when you work for someone, and it's 100 when you work for yourself.
Yeah, but the joy you get, and it's different. You work harder, you probably work longer, but the reward is, you can't even explain. It's like it's a bit like being a parent. It's hard to explain the feeling to somebody that don't have a child, and having a business is hard to explain the joy you get from it, even though it's very hard. It's hard to explain to somebody that has been on a job for like 30 years of their life, to explain how good it is to run your business and to see it grow and to have a successful enterprise is something that's, I love it. Yeah, it's tough, but I love it.
Yeah, fairly. So we'll chat a little bit about crypto, because I know you have a story that we all have of sort of not appreciating what we had when we had it. So tell us a little bit about how you came into crypto and Bitcoin.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I was introduced to crypto by a friend of mine very early when Bitcoin was $100. And he told me, you have to buy this. I just put 5 grand into this. And it was at the time where I was introduced to network marketing and stuff like that. And I just thought it was one of those things that I have to put 5 grand so that he gets a portion of it. And I didn't understand it. So I said no. And then he done well, because out of 5 grand when he bought, and the Bitcoin was at $100, when Bitcoin reached $600, he was so happy with the profits that he sold it. And he told me, aha, I told you so. But it took a little bit of time after that for him to realize, damn, I should have kept it.
Yeah.
So that was the first time I was exposed to crypto and well, Bitcoin. I didn't even know what crypto was. And then it kind of stayed in my mind for a while. And last year when COVID hit, I was like, look, I have time. I need to look into new stuff. So I looked into trading, and trading led me into cryptocurrency. And I was like, okay, I'll invest in Bitcoin, because I've missed the shots when it was $100. It was at $9,000. So I bought a fair bit. And when it went up to $11,000, I sold it, and I was very proud of myself. I thought I made a massive profit. And then 2 weeks later, it reached 65,000. So that was a big slap because I was not educated. I didn't understand any of it. And when I told that specific story to a good friend of mine that happens to go to your gym, and I told him about my crypto failure. He was like, "Well, you should get in touch with that guy, Dinny. Like he's doing a lot of oh hello, he's doing a lot of live on Facebook. He talks about cryptocurrency. So have a look at what he does. He has a workshop. Maybe you can learn something." So that's what I've done. I've done the workshop, and sorry about that. It's live and it's recorded earlier.
Do dance.
Bye bye. Yeah, so that's when I was exposed to you, your workshop, your strategy, and obviously it changed completely the way I look at crypto and what I'm planning to do with it. So yeah, I'm very grateful. Thanks.
And okay, yeah, so you've sort of, like we all learn to become hodlers, because the short-term gains, I suppose, when we fast forward, we're like, well, damn it, I flipped that into a couple of grand, but ultimately I probably should have held the asset because the asset's appreciating. So I think Bitcoin sort of teaches us longer term thinking rather than short term, quick, easy money. And as I always say, like, Bitcoin rewards the patient, or crypto assets, the right crypto assets reward the patient. So you're in crypto a little while. You've experienced some of the volatility, the painful volatility.
Yeah, I don't mind too much though. I don't look at the I don't look at it. I can't pronounce this word, the volatility. Uh, but I don't look at it every day because following your strategy, I have that in mind and I just let it do its thing. And I'm in it for the long run. So volatility doesn't bother me too much.
Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, awesome. And that's something I think we all just have to learn to deal with, that, to have our strategy to protect us from that. Because if you're checking and the volatility affects you, it'll destroy you.
Yeah.
Because the good times are good, but the bad times are bad in crypto, and that's why I suppose for me as well, it's a long term strategy. It's like 2030. We're entrepreneurs, we're building our businesses, we're fortunate enough we have cash flow. So this is investment money. So it's on the side. It's not money that we need. It's not money that we need in the next 5 years or 10 years. It's investment money. So its job is to sit in investments and be there as a speculation. And if you want to be in high performing investments, the trade off is that you have to endure some volatility, and volatility is the price you pay for the performance.
Yeah.
Let's chat a little bit about crypto.com, because I call you the crypto.com bull.
I love crypto.com. Yes.
What do you love about it?
I really believe in the project. So when you introduced me to cryptocurrency, I started to apply your strategy, which was like being mainly exposed to Bitcoin and Ethereum, which were the main two. And then you can gamble on different altcoins. It's like going to the casino and put all your money on red or black. You don't know if this is gonna work. But you don't expose yourself too much, because if it's only 10% of your portfolio, if it works, great. If it doesn't, you didn't miss out, you didn't lose too much. So I was applying this strategy, and I met you, I think, in March last year. So it's just it's less than a year. And I started like this for March up to July. But because you recommended that I use crypto.com as an exchange to buy my Bitcoin, before I was using eToro.
Right.
When I bought my 9,000 euro worth of Bitcoin, it was eToro. And then you told me that you don't own the asset, you're just trading the asset that eToro owns. So you told me get crypto.com app so that you can link it to your own wallet and the asset is yours. So I like the whole thing, but I really like the platform. I thought crypto.com was very user friendly, especially something like me. Like I like iPhones because they like dumb proof, like this, like if you're very silly, they work. And if you're very advanced, they do probably better things, but they work for anybody. And I thought crypto.com was very much like that. And then I saw that they had that card thing, like the Visa crypto.com card. And you never talked to me about this before. So I just looked into it, watched videos, get informed. And I was like, well, hang on, every time I spend, they give me 3% cashback. Well, at the time it was 2% because I was looking at the lower tier card. So I was like, well, hang on, 2% cashback. They pay for my Spotify back. I was like, okay, I can't see anything wrong with that. So I'll give it a try. So I got the Visa card. I started to use it when I go to Tesco with my diesel, with my holiday. And very quickly, I accumulated decent amount of cashback. Like I was quickly around the $300 cashback, and I only started in July last year. I was like, wow, I mean, this is so good. I mean, nobody could say that this is not a good product. So because I loved it and I believe in it, and we are at a very early stage of what you could say when we are very early adoption rate. That's what you
Yeah.
say. So I was thinking, if we are at a very early adoption rate, and I love the products, I'm sure many people like me will feel the same. So I believe I'm early in that trend. So I bought a lot of CRO, which is the token that belongs to crypto.com. So it's a cryptocurrency that belongs to crypto.com. And I bought a lot of it because I strongly believe that this will do well, will do better as more people are getting that Visa card. Because
Are you the reason that Crypto.com CRO coin went from 20 cent to 90 cent? Was that when you entered?
pretty much. No, but actually, I've done very well because I got in, I bought 10,000 CROs at 17 cents.
Yeah.
And it
Wow.
went and it went all the way up to 86 cents. A bit of a drop after that, but yeah, no. Look, I strongly believe in that project. Sure, Matt Damon is doing an ad for Crypto.com, so that must be right, no? They sponsor Formula One. I'm a big fan of Formula One. They sponsor UFC. They have a lot of ads everywhere. I love their motto, their slogan. Slogan. I don't know how you say it. Fortune favors a brave, like, and they spend a lot of they invest a lot in marketing, and I like the brand, and for me it's a no-brainer. I think they have 10 million users right now. They had 5 million like a couple of years ago, so they grow rapidly, and they expect by 2025 to have 50 million users. So if that's
Wow.
the case, the CRO will explode. It's a no-brainer.
Yeah. Yeah. I think they have the name as well. Like you can't type crypto.com without it being a link to their website and app. Like it's
Yeah.
genius.
Yeah. And even my daughter, like she plays games on the iPad, and she's exposed to crypto.com ad, and that's her account. It's not even my phone, me watching YouTube video about crypto. It's her. She has nothing to do. She has no interest in Bitcoin, and yet she gets exposed to crypto.com ads. So they must be spending a serious budget. And yeah, like what you said in the Bitcoin basics when I've done it at the time was like always look at the fundamentals. So if the name is crypto.com, when more people are going to want to be in it, what are they going to do? They're going to type in Google crypto, and then they're going to see crypto.com. It will feel safe. So look, I strongly believe this will do well. If it doesn't matter because I'm happy with my cards. I still get my 3% cash back. They pay for my Spotify and my Netflix. And crypto.com is great for people like me that don't want to have a digital wallet, a BlockFi account, or a Celsius account. Like I like to keep everything in one place. It might not be smart if you have 50 grand or 100 grand worth of crypto because you put everything in one place. Maybe it wouldn't be smart, but I don't have a lot. Well, I have to me, it's not huge, but I would be willing to leave everything in one place for now. So at least I can get a yield on my crypto. So instead of leaving it there, you just click on one button, earn, boom, and you get 12% cash back. 12% interest. So you can't go wrong with that.
Yeah. Yeah. I think there's a lot of really attractive things that we can get in crypto land that we can't get in normal land in legacy finance, and it sort of makes the adoption be inevitable. Like because we haven't even talked about Bitcoin, we just talked about this product that gives you cash back. Well, not cash back, but it gives you CRO token, which has a cash value. We'll say, and
But just for you to know, like the CRO cashback you get, you can convert it instantly in cash spending money. So I don't because I prefer to accumulate CRO. I'm a big CRO bull.
that's what I call it. Yeah.
But I'm still, you see, like I'm still very involved in crypto. But
Yeah, well, that's what I want to get into. Since you're a CRO bull and not quite a Bitcoin bull, what do you think is stopping you from being a Bitcoin bull, or how do you feel about Bitcoin? How does that sit in your head? Just want to get your perspective of where you're sitting with it today.
Yeah, no, that's a cool question. And I sold some of my Bitcoin to buy more CRO because I wanted to get at least 10,000 CRO because my vision for CRO is that it will reach $100 someday, might be 5 years, 10 years, I don't know. But I strongly believe that based on what I see, it shouldn't be too hard to reach $100. So I wanted to have 10,000 units so that when you reach $100, that's my million. Okay,
Okay.
that was my thesis, my strategy. But now I'm gonna go back to what you taught me, which is stick with Bitcoin, Ethereum, and maybe another project that I like or I believe in, plus my USDC because I get my 12% interest. So I'm gonna go back into Bitcoin. I still kept some, but what made me sell my Bitcoin is because I had zero point 0.5 units at the time, like last year when I started, which was the equivalent of, I don't know, 2,000 euros or something like that, not a lot. And I realized that even if Bitcoin was going to double to 100,000, it wasn't a lot. I mean, if you have zero point 0.5 units and Bitcoin goes to 100,000, that's, I don't have a calculator, but it's not a lot of money. So I didn't see the opportunity to make great returns.
Sure.
That was before I hear the industry talking about Bitcoin reaching a million. So I didn't know at the time that was even in the cards, but now I do. So I'm gonna leave.
Come back.
I'm gonna leave my CRO tokens do what they do best. Every time I spend with my card, I get my 3% cash back in CRO that accumulate. So my 10,000 CRO are already actually like 15,000. They accumulate quite quick because every time you spend, you get it back. So I'm gonna leave this do what it does automatically by the cashback and invest every month and do your DCA strategy with an amount that suits me every month. I've also put some of my cash flow money from the business. I've invested on my balance sheets into Bitcoin. So between my personal money and the business money, I can just start to whack a bit more investment into Bitcoin and Ethereum.
So you're gone a little bit like Michael Saylor in that your treasury is, well, he's 100% Bitcoin, but you've got some Bitcoin exposure in Dublin Chauffeur Services.
I do, yeah. And my accountant wasn't very pleased with it when I told him to do it, and he was like, "No, we can't do such thing. That's not right." And I was like, "Well, sure, Tesla does it."
Yeah.
And I said, "You might as well just start somewhere because I might be the first one to ask you to do this, but the more this is gonna become popular, I suppose, or the more people are gonna know about this, the more you're gonna have businesses asking you to do that. So I know it's rough because I'm the first one to ask, but you need to put that amount on my balance sheet into a crypto investment." I was like, "Okay, let me get back to you." And actually, it took him a couple of months because I
Wow.
talked to him about this in November, and early in January he came back to me and said, "Okay, show me the statement where you put the money and all that." And so now it's happening. So now we put money into Bitcoin every month, and he's happy with that.
Awesome. Yeah. Just do what I do. I do it first and then I tell the accountant that I've done it. I don't ask, I ask for forgiveness instead of permission.
Exactly. That's the right way to do it. Yeah. Sometimes.
Okay. So awesome. I've one little fun question. 2030 CRO, it's at $500. What's his life look like for you?
So you taught me that you have to have a strategy. So my strategy is to sell if you reach $100, because it'll give me that amount of money that I can, be mortgage free, and do things that I really want to do. Now, this is what I say today. It might change before I get to that. The idea to get passive income is quite tempting. I mean, if I can have $1 million making 12% interest a year, that's 120 grand a year. I might just live on that and sell all my businesses and never have to work a day of my life again. So right now, it's either I stick to my plan, sell at $100 and be mortgage free, or keep it so that I can get passive income from it. So it's going to be either or.
Happy days. I hope you have a few Satoshis built up as well.
By then I should, yeah. By then I should, yeah. Well, I got a big dip there the last 3 months, so it's good. It's good for people that are not scared of the red days, because you end up having a bit more than what you would on a green day. So
Yeah, it's on sale. It's the irony of investing. If it was buying a handbag or buying a car, you'd be all over it. If it's an asset, you're like, oh, I'm afraid. I might just
Yeah.
wait till it goes back up again. Then I'll
Yeah.
buy.
Which is, which is why the technique you teach is quite good, because regardless of the price, if you know that I do it on the first of the month, if I know that on the first of the month I'll put €1,000 in Bitcoin on crypto, and I do it every month without looking at the price. Actually, Crypto.com just added this feature last month. You can actually get recurring payments,
Yeah.
which
Do you work,
is
do you work for them?
no, 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 not at all. I get no benefits from talking about Crypto.com. I just generally think it's an amazing product. And I like Matt Damon, so
You're gonna have to get a hoodie off them.
no, no, I get yours. I prefer yours.
Well, Game, it's been awesome to chat to you. Thanks for your insights. It's been cool to sort of go through where you're at today, you know, your experience so far. And it's pretty awesome the fact that I think your Dublin Chauffeur Services Treasury is holding a bit of Bitcoin. Maybe you're going to be a pioneer of Irish companies in the future. Let's just see. I think you will be over the next 5 years. That, you know, as you say, if it's good enough for Tesla, and it's good enough for MicroStrategy, and it's good enough for Square, and all these massive public companies, well, maybe us plebs should be doing the same thing.
Yes, I strongly believe so. Like we tend to get the last one to benefit from all these good bits, you know. But when you take the time to learn from the right people, and it's not. I mean, how long did it take me to do your workshop in March 2021? Like it was like 60 minutes workshop that flipped my. I mean, I went from knowing nothing to having a strategy that I think works, makes me feel safe and confident. I'm not worried with the red days. So yeah, it was probably a very good 60 minutes spent in 1 year time that will pay back over the next 5, 10, 15 years. Who knows? So yeah, thanks.
Awesome. All right, man. All the best. Thanks very much for coming on.
Thanks, man. Talk to you soon.
Diddy out. Cool.